Today is the anniversary of the Lee Rigby murder and the Manchester Arena bombing, and the country's response is as cowardly as ever. So today is not particularly a nice day. It's the anniversary of the murder of Lee Rigby. For Americans watching this who might not know, he was a soldier who was butchered in the middle of the street by Islamic terrorists. They mowed him down and tried to cut off his head. And they told us in the street exactly why they did it. They recited verses of the Quran. And yet somehow the media tried to tell us that that wasn't the case. It's also the first year anniversary of the Manchester Arena bombings, where 22 people were killed at an Ariana Grande concert. And of course there's memorials going on today in Manchester. There was a Manchester Cathedral service that Theresa May attended. Good old Theresa May. But there's also a communal sing-song. It's an event called Manchester Together, with one voice, being held at Albert Square with 3,500 people singing "Don't Look Back in Anger." Again, don't look back in anger, guys. You get blown up at concerts, have terrorists mowing down people and killing children, but don't you dare look back in anger. And also, isn't it funny, Theresa May turns up to this memorial service as if she has some deep felt connection with these victims. What the hell has her government done about any of the Islamic terror that we've been suffering for ages? Theresa May, in fact, I did a video on this. Not too long ago, and it was about all the terror attacks that have happened since the Westminster Bridge attack. We'll put a link in the description. We've had a lot of terror. We've had a lot of cases of grooming, all kinds of jihad, and nothing's been done about it. Nothing's been done. Grooming's still happening. Terror attacks still happen. We recently had the chief of MI5 telling us that a terror attack has been stopped every month over the last year. Every month. And what's our response from our political leaders? Well, Theresa May turns up for a nice old sing-song with the people of Manchester. Oh, great load of good that's going to do. And then to top this all off, there was a film that's just aired on Channel 4 called Manchester, A Year of Hate Crime. What an insult to not only to the people that died, not only to the people that hurt, not only to that were hurt, not only to the families of the people that were hurt and killed, and not only to the nation. You know, a year of hate crime. Okay, first off, if there was a surge in hate crime, don't you think maybe it's got something to do with the fact that a Muslim terrorist blew people up? Maybe. But this film told us there'd been a year of hate crime and how terrible it's been. And then, not too long ago, I remember the police told us that hate crime doubled in Greater Manchester in the days that followed the terror attack. Now, let me tell you something about these claims about hate crime increasing after terror attacks. It sounds convenient, doesn't it? Well, I'm telling you, it is convenient because it's fake. It's a lie. I talked about this in my book, A Paradoxical Alliance, in chapter 4. And I'll always remember this. I said, when a trigger event occurs, the New Scotland Yard says the authorities instigate a community engagement plan, which, quote, ensures those in communities who may be victims of hate crime know that we will not tolerate this kind of crime and that we encourage them to report this to the police. So what this means is, and New Scotland Yard have admitted this, when there is a trigger event, I don't know, say a terror attack. When there's a trigger event, the police want to make sure that people who might be victims of counter attacks, you know, maybe someone said something mean to you in the street, they want to make sure that these people actually go out and report the crime. So it's not a year-long campaign to encourage people to report hate crimes. No, no, no. After a trigger event, the police will encourage people to come forward. And so when this happens, what do you think happens with hate crime reporting after a trigger event? It increases. It's a lie. It's a fabrication. This is a total lie from the politicians, from the media and the police, and they all seem in on it together. And you know, I was also sad to see the mother of a man who was killed in this attack, saying that love is the only way to conquer terror. This is what this kind of behavior from the police, from the media, from the politicians does to people. It makes us weak. Love can only conquer terror. No, What good is love doing? You know, every time I see a terror attack, we have people on the street singing songs. And it's, you know, I can't be too harsh on this because there are children going out and singing these songs. Children who were at that horrible attack. And they're going out singing. And you know what? Hats off. It's probably good for the kids. It's good for the kids. But as a nation, when our response to terrorism is to sing "Don't Look Back" in anger, we know we have a problem. When the mother of a victim, let me see what it is she said here. When a mother says, "Love is the only way to conquer terror," and then she goes on to talk about Islamophobia in this article in the Standard, Mrs. Murray said she would not give in to hatred and fear and rebuked right-wing extremists who have tried to use her son's death to fuel Islamophobia. Nobody wants to fuel Islamophobia. I don't want to fuel an irrational fear of something. I don't want to fuel anything. When I see the murder of these innocent people, I don't want to fuel anything. I want to stop something. I want to stop more people from dying. If that makes me Islamophobic, then so bloody be it. But the fact that we've got a mother of a victim saying this, does this not show how weak our society has become? Does this not show how crippling political correctness has become? When people die and all we can do about it is sing. On the anniversary of Lee Rigby's murder, on the anniversary of the brutal terror attack in Manchester, I'm not going to be singing. In fact, I'm on here ranting right now because I want people to know what the problems are here. I want people to know that singing doesn't solve anything. Love does not conquer terror. And by the way, we must remember that when the police tell us that hate crime doubles after terror attacks, it is a lie. It is a fabrication. It is verifiably untrue. The politicians are working against us. The politicians don't give a damn that these things happen. The police don't give a damn about what happens to us. They're more interested in pushing their Marxist common purpose agenda. They don't care about the victims of these crimes. And by the way, singing "Don't Look Back" in anger doesn't solve anything. If anything, today I will be looking back in anger. If you like that and want to see more, remember to like and subscribe and download the new Rebel app from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.